Hello lovely people and welcome to my channel. So right now it's 6:05 and I am recording in the middle of downtown. So there was a video that I had posted recently and it was about basically a new YouTube channel. It was a short or whatever, and underneath that short someone had asked me a question, and this was December. So I'm gonna answer this question for 2024, going into 2025. What is the scariest thing I've done in 2024? And to be honest with you, I can't really I really struggle with this question just because I didn't know what to say. Like I don't think it was I just didn't know. Like I feel like it's a number of things, you know. And for me, oh lord. But let's just start with for me, like I don't like to take up space. Oops, excuse me, that was a big one. I'm afraid to take up space. Like I'm afraid to be seen, to be heard, like to be in the spotlight. And the crazy thing is I'm a Leo. So the math ain't mathin'. But like it's weird because it's like we're like zodiac sign wise, we are seen as like, you know, the loud, the people that like attention and stuff like that, and I really don't like attention or like attention drawn to me. But the thing is, like I stand out, you know, like I have a gap, I have short blonde hair, like I'm usually wearing like something, I don't know, stylish I guess. But yeah, and it's like, but I'm afraid to take up space. I'm afraid to be seen. I'm afraid to be heard. I'm afraid to be in the spotlight. And it's a lot of things that I've noticed, even when I dance, but we'll get down to the nitty and gritty. So that's something that I've noticed that was scary for me, that is still scary for me, and that's something that I'm working on. And yeah, it's something that I'm really working on as a person. And then another thing that I noticed too is that it was hard for me to let go, and this was for people, places, things. And so let's start off with the people. So I don't want to broadcast my information or like my business or whatever, but let's just say I was in a there was just people that I was very close with, and I am no longer close with them, and that's pretty much, I was like afraid to let go of that. That bond, that closeness, that, you know, it's scary, you know, it's different, it's weird, it's uncomfortable. So that, but I knew that that's something that I definitely had to do because of growth and, you know, bettering myself or whatnot. But yeah, so I had to let go, and it's hard. It's so hard to let go of your normal, the people that you hang out with. It's terrifying sometimes, and I'm just like how are you gonna do this? How are you gonna do that? Who are you gonna hang out with? How are you gonna, you know what I mean? But you will, and you will get through it, and you will be fine, and you will be all right. It's just that step of letting go, that leap, that whatever, that's just the hardest part. But afterwards you learn to, like, you know, get used to it and heal and move on, and you know, but yeah. And even if you loved other people around them too, that's what sucks too. It's like it wasn't just them, it was other people around them that you cared about a lot. But you know, things happen. So that's, I think, one of the hardest things I had to do, like really, really let go of, you know, people that I cared about, and I thought it was gonna break me or make me, I don't know, I just thought it was just so hard. Like I just couldn't, at some point I couldn't do it, and I didn't want to do it. Like, I'm just being honest, I didn't want to do it, even though I knew it was hindering me and bothering me and all these things. I couldn't. I really didn't want to, but I had to. So, and then in terms of things, like sometimes we like get comfortable, and for me, like I was comfortable but uncomfortable at the same time. But like, because I was used to doing the things that I was doing for the past 2-3 years the way I was doing it, I got comfortable, you know. So it's like, outside of this, what else can I do? Like, it just felt like I don't really have much going on, much options. I'm not gonna lie to you, my life was going nowhere, for being honest. But that's the thing, like I think I want to talk about something later on, but I literally had to like break down almost, in a sense, in order for me to want better, want more. Let's see. I had to let go of things, and this may be personal items, but it's also like let go of like doing everything, like being everything or having everything figured out. Like, I had to let go of that, because like I'll figure it out along the way, you know what I mean? It's not something that I can figure out now, but if I don't try something or do something, then I'm never gonna figure it out. I'm just figuring it out in my head. That's the biggest. It's so hard to do that sometimes, like not sometimes, 100% all the time. Something I struggle with, like trying to figure it out in my head, but you're not figuring it out like physically, you know what I mean? You have to take action. So that's something I really had to get myself out of. Yeah, so I actually watched this podcast recently with Jay Shetty, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, and Mel Robbins, but it was on his show On Purpose, and she talked about her, you guessed it, let them theory. And so, and I really love these podcasts because they like really calm me down, and they just like give you like a whole nother perspective, you know? And mind you, mentally I probably knew this, but I actually didn't, you know? Like I didn't know the calmness, the stress freeness of letting go, you know? And so it's like when she talks about, oh yeah, let them talk about you, let them do this, because they're gonna do it anyway. Because what are you gonna do about it? You can't control anybody else. You can control yourself though. And I'm like, dang, that's true. So it's like I was so stressed out about, oh, what about these people talking about me? Or what about these people saying these things about me? What about people seeing me as a villain or a bad person? Like, I'm human too. Like, yes, I probably am a villain or a bad person in somebody's point of view, but it's like, I'm human. I probably was going through something. Like, I'm not excusing no behavior, but I'm just saying, like, I wasn't the best person sometimes, you know, like, but I'm trying to be better. That's all I know. And it's like, but it's like, what is that gonna do for me? Like, is that gonna do anything for me? And it's just something that I was stressed out about, and that's part of why it was hard for me to let go of people too, because it was like, oh, I don't want them talking bad about me. I don't want them thinking this about me. I don't want them to feel this way, a certain, like, it was just like I almost wanted to stay a certain status or something, and I'm like, but it was literally killing me and eating at me inside, you know? And it's just like, do I want peace or stress? So yeah, the let them theory is real. And then it's also like, let me finally get my life on track. Let me finally live my life the way I want to live. Let me finally be free. Let me finally get it together, you know? And it's like, let me do me at this point. Like, if you want to judge me, then judge away. Like, at this point, what can I do? I'm not gonna do nothing, but I'm still gonna do me, you know? So, and you're still gonna talk about me, but guess what? You're gonna be talking about me behind the screen. So, and it's, I don't know, I just don't care no more. Like, I'm starting to not care, and that's the scariest thing for me to do, is to stop caring. And I used to care so much. Now it's like, no, like, no, absolutely not. And it's probably why I didn't take my YouTube serious. Probably why, you know, the fear of being seen, being heard, because you care so much. But it's like, she's telling you to, in a sense, like, stop caring about that so much and just live your life. Live your life to the fullest. At the end of the day, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen. But if you keep letting it affect you and bother you, yeah, you're gonna be stressed out. You're gonna be depressed. Yeah, you're gonna be feeling all these things, and that's just, once it finally like clicked for me, I'm like, okay. At this point, it is what it is. What can I do? Like, what can I actually do? So, and it's that mentality of living. And sometimes, like, you're thinking this whole time, this person's not even thinking about you at the end of the day, too. So it's like also me living in my head. I just had to let that go. So I guess the whole overall thing for me is, what was the scariest thing I had to do was let go. Let me do me, and just let God at the end of the day too. It's just like, it's just so much. Like, it's a lot of scary stuff in this world. It's terrifying to let go. It's terrifying to be seen. It takes so much gut to just sit in front of the screen and then post. Like, that's not easy, because at the end of the day, people are gonna judge you. People are gonna be mean about it. People are gonna talk about you. But it's like, I think this is gonna be part of my growth, because like I said, I'm afraid to be seen. I'm afraid to be heard. And in what other capacity is this not self-growth? Like, you know, like, yeah, I think that also doing things little by little. Like, I used to always want to take on the world. Like, I wanted to conquer, like, 10 steps ahead. But realistically, it takes time, it takes months, it takes years and stuff. And that's why I really like watching these podcasts, watching these videos, because they're like, oh, you think that you're gonna be a superstar in 1 year? Maybe you're behind. Like, not behind, but you're tweaking, you know? It's gonna take time. Like, all these NBA players, all these millionaires, billionaires, whatever, superstars, singers, dancers, pro, everything, it took them years to build up to what they are now. And it's like, I'm learning to not compare myself. I'm learning to go through my process, my progress, my motion, just go through it, you know? And it's like, I wanted the results for so long, and now it's like I'm starting to fall in love with the process. It's gonna take time. As long as I'm consistent, as long as I'm disciplined, days are gonna be bad, some days are gonna be good. And it's like, not learning to try to control everything. Sometimes you just gotta let things be. And I'm just like I'm just, you know, randomly talking at this point. But yeah, and I just think that, I think it's time. That's what I think it is right now. It's timing for me right now. So I can't really, to the person that asked me this question, I really love and appreciate that you asked me this question. I can't really pinpoint exactly what is the scariest thing, or what was the scariest thing I've done in 2024. I wish it was skydiving or something, but it wasn't. It was learning to listen to myself, learning to be more open-minded, learning and unlearning things, getting out of my head, letting go, letting me live my life, um, taking or learning to take up space. But yeah, and like, and it's so funny because this is not exactly, and some of these things that are happening for me, it's not exactly what I imagined it, but I don't want to say it's better, but it's like, wow, I'm seeing the process and the progress of what it is, or what it could be, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so like, let me give you an example. Like, I had this one YouTube idea of doing Cotty's Corner. And when I tell you, for the love of me, like, I was staying back out in the south suburbs, like, you know, have my own room and everything, like, but, and like I said, I wasn't working, I was doing nothing, like, I don't even want to say I was a bum, but it's a lot of things happen. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. But yeah, for the love of me, I could have sat there and made YouTube videos, but it's also like right timing and stuff like that. And now it's like, oh, I can actually do Cotty's Corner, because like, I've started to build up my confidence again and doing things I love. Like, I started knitting, I started dancing again. Like, I love that. Like, I love dancing. It's so fun, so therapeutic. I go to therapy. I'm taking classes at a community college because I'm trying to get my master's in something. Don't ask me what, but something. Or just trying to get back to school. And I've been saying that for years, but now I'm actually finally, you know, starting to work towards the things that I want, you know, instead of just saying it. Like, what am I doing? Like, I've jumped into this. I didn't like plan, oh, I'm gonna plan to, go to this community college and start taking. I just walked in. I was like, where can I sign up for classes? Like, sometimes it's just, like I said, getting out of your head. Me just getting out there, me going to these little info sessions, me just trying. And then it's also like, I'm really happy that I go to these little things, just because I don't end up getting into that program, or my expectations are met or whatever, or I don't know how to explain it, but just because I don't end up gaining something from that specific info session, I end up meeting someone who gives me more information about something else that even probably was more aligned with what I was supposed to do anyway, you know? So it's like, just these little opportunities that I'm putting myself in, you know? Just, I'm so proud of myself, like. But yeah, so, yeah, I always go off a tangent. But anyway, so yeah, I don't want to say I'm starting over. I'm starting again at 26, if that makes sense. So this is where I'll end the YouTube video, but yeah, I am. Oh, and I started modeling. Okay. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm just really excited because I just started modeling. Once a month I'll do the shoot with my favorite photographer. Please go follow him. It's Owa Hene Photography. I forgot how to pronounce it, but definitely go follow him. And you know, don't steal my photographer, but you can use him once in a while. But yeah, so I'm not starting over, I'm starting again at 26. So that's the scariest thing I've done in 2024. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really, really appreciate it. Definitely subscribe, definitely like, and definitely send me more questions to answer, because I love talking, and this is something that's been a long time coming for me, honestly, and like I said, right timing. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.